Never was Crips. It was Crips. C-R-I-P-S. Okay? Never Crips. Now, the reason why you might hear some people saying, baby Crips, some people was tattooing Cribs on them. Some people used to write Cribs on the wall because they were uneducated. Couldn't spell the word Crips. Half of us didn't go to school, didn't attend school. A lot of the documentaries say we was behind the Black Panthers movement and this and all that shit. No, we thought none of that shit. We were uneducated. Majority of us were uneducated youngsters in poverty, man. And we wasn't thinking about that. We wanted everything the easy way. It was easy to take this shit from somebody and beating somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? Then learn how to develop our minds. You know what I'm saying? And find new systems and ways intelligently, right? To accomplish no goals. We wasn't on that level, man. We was on gangster shit, taking shit, because it was a whole lot easier. With, you know, we did school. We didn't attend school. Okay? So for anyone to say that and make documentaries and put the Black Panthers, the movement, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all that kind of shit, no, don't do that. Don't disrespect those guys that was trying to stand for something for real. You understand what I'm saying? Because we wasn't standing for nothing but ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We was gangsters. Like out of control fire. That's what I said we were. We're out of control fire. We're burning up everything that's in our path.
Tell me about the shaving of the heads.
Okay, good question. That's the difference between red and blue. You understand what I'm saying? When we shaved our heads bald back in 70, we shaved our heads bald. Tell you about election. Matter of fact, that was after we were told we couldn't be out Baby Avenue. When we shaved our head bald, that's when we officially came up and became Crips. And if you're gonna be a Crip, everybody had to shave. I don't give a damn if you were one of them pretty boys and all the girls loved you and all that kind of shit. If you was gonna be a Crip, partner, shave your head. Everybody got to show that you're a Crip. Cut all this shit off. And we did it at Robert and Gerald Duhan's house in front of their auntie Miss Tuesday's garage. We all got in that garage and shaved our heads bald headed. And the girls was crying, saying they both afraid don't do it, especially our pretty boy homies. Like Don Juan, he was a pretty boy. Doodoo had a big old natural. I mean, everybody had a whole lot of hair on their head. Man, all you hear women crying, the homegirl crying. You know what I'm saying? Because they dudes had their hair, that's what they fell in love with their dudes because they were the pretty boys. But everybody shaved their head because they wanted to be gangsters.
Now at this point, you guys weren't East Side Crips, wasn't no West Side Crips.
The only Crips.
Just original Crips. Huh?
We wasn't thinking about no East or West. We were just Crips. You see what I'm saying?
When did Raymond and Company become known as the East Side Crips?
No, that's that separation. But I'm gonna tell you. Oh no. Let me take back. Bulldog got kicked out of Fremont High School. One of our leaders got kicked out of Fremont High School. Just as another one of our gang leaders, Samuel Simmons, got kicked out of Fremont High School. Bulldog gives the address, I think, for his grandmother's house on 94th and Hoover, and that was the Washington High School district. So he had attended school on the west side, which made us all support him and go to the west side. You know what I'm saying? And at Washington to make sure he was cool, and people know he wasn't by himself. So when they met Dead-Eye Clinton, Raymond Washington, and Duhan, and all the fellas up there, they was intrigued by their style. The gangsters from Washington High School, and that's what took it. And everybody else met them, and they joined forces. Okay. And that's when the West Side developed. So then that's how it became known as the West Side. Tookie had the West Side, well, Barefoot Pookie and Tookie, Warlock, and all them. I'm gonna let them, interview them about that part. Because I don't speak on nobody else's. You know what I'm saying? But I do know how it got there.
What can you tell me about the Figueroa Boys?
Okay. My boy Richard Miles. I'm glad I got a chance to do this interview because I saw him thank God I saw him in prison. To let him know. There was no disrespect, but I still love you because I ain't never forgot about what you did for me. Richard Miles has one of the biggest families that occupied a big apartment complex on 77th Street and Broadway. Who eventually, that family, moved on Figueroa between 76th Street and 79th Street, and some more dudes lived. That was adjacent to each other, right? And they all occupied that. But they had, in turn had people on 77th Street, Broadway and Main, like Dirt Bomb, Skipper, Moon, Hannibal, Donut, you know, and others. Oh, there's Black Anthony, and others on 77th Street that followed behind the leadership of Richard Miles, who also had an older brother named Juggy, Feeboy, a younger brother named Baby Juro, two beautiful sisters, Bobby Sue and Venus. That was their neighborhood. They ran it.
Were they friendly with the Crips or were they robbers?
They were friendly with me. But they didn't like the fact that I was bringing and turning our neighborhood and musical people of our neighborhood, into their neighborhood. But you see, I was naive at that time, right? And I was calling myself trying to do something, develop something, and bring two forces together so we all could become one entity.
What years did you attend Drew Junior High School?
I was 66, 67.
And then you moved again?
Yes, we did.
What school did you attend next?
Mount Vernon, John Muir.
Did you make any new friends at John Muir?
Man, I stayed across all the thugs of the school. Because I attracted that type of crowd, you know what I mean? See, at 14 and 15, I was always a big youngster. And I always had hair, you know, goatees and big sideburns and, you know, back in those days. Even at 13, I had that shit. But, yeah, I attracted, like, Felix, Lee, Cully Graham, Edmund Jones, Paul Jones, Ellis Flagg, Arthur Cotton, Craig Williams, oh my God, a guy called Skillet.
Had the Brims formed yet?
Those names I'm calling, well, especially Felix, Lee, Cully Graham, Lewis Lovely, Michael Quarter, Junebug, Doty, Terry Cadeau.
In '69, you.
I encountered all them cats, and then they weren't Brims during those days, but that was their neighborhood. I think the Bonzalo Boys. They were Bonzalo Boys. Exactly what they're calling themselves, Bonzalo
Raymond
Boys.
Cook?
Huh?
Raymond Cook?
I know Raymond Cook.
What other gangs were in town and springing up at this time?
Other gangs then?
Yeah.
I don't recognize nobody else. I mean, they had hoop families and all that stuff, and you know, the 20s already been out. Pueblos already been, you know, the Pueblos and Nathan Gardens. They was Green Jackets. Then they entered Bounty Hunters in 1971. After this park been out a long time, Charles Slaughter, was one. I'm sure. It was not a doubt in my mind, because being Big Mouth that represented at this park, we were little cats. We weren't the big cats then. They had people like Charles Slaughter, Cowboy Banks, Taboo. You hear me? And that was putting it down big. I ended up going to Lock High with the Anthony Whitson and Michael White, Tony White, and, you know, Curtis Beasley and Bash Howard, and, well, I mean, shit, I know them like I know the back of my hand. We all know each other. I had a choice of being that one, but see, back in the day, when you asked about the early at this park, I would say this. A lot of people don't ever mention Waltine Walker. That was Charles Slaughter, little sister. You know what I'm saying? That girl had rank. And boys and girls were scared of Waltine Walker from at this park. You heard me? You see, it just so happened Charles Slaughter's little brother walked to the side to run with Lil James. But
From 11-8?
11-8, yeah.
What happened between Raymond Washington and Richard Miles where you didn't want to choose sides?
No, this is what happened. back to John Muir. When I first moved to 77th Street, boys, I got adopted by the Miles family as a loved one because they see that I would fight. And me and Richard got real tight. So we would walk to school together. And a lot of people kind of feared Richard because they knew of his big family ties, right? And we all go back and forth. We recognize each other as cousins. Everybody recognized me as being the cousin of Richard Miles. So I always appreciate and love you for that, right? And the way the family welcomes me and my family. But now, when Bethune opened up, and I'm gonna get to that question you asked me. When Bethune opened up, me and Richard only went to walk together a couple of times before something happened. Richard got suspended or kicked out, and I had to do it on my own. Cause I wasn't really tight with the boys on the other side, his boys like that, because that was his boys. But me and Richard was a host of another color. Nonetheless, I would go to school and watch. And I'd be in a little fear of having to be confronted by the Broadways, right? Because they're whooping on everybody. But just by how me going to John Muir, they kind of like bypassed me and focused more on the San Pedros than anybody else who wasn't one of them, right? To beat up on. So they didn't really mess with me. But I still had that element of fear that one of these days, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to get down with somebody, right? And in the course of me going back and forth, I was used to walking to school with my boy Don Juan, who was a pretty boy. And back then, if you was a pretty boy, for some reason you had a reputation. You had to be a bad boy, but you had to fight, right? I had to be pretty and all the girls be around you, and niggas would protect you. You'd be popular. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. Don Juan was popular. But me and Don Juan come from Russell Elementary School in Charles Drew, from the Avenue side together. You see what I'm saying? See, me and Don Juan, we was more in touch and focused with the avenues than Raymond Washington was. You see what I'm saying? Because we are actual guys that was mentored by them. You see what I'm saying? But now, getting back to Bethune, I started going back and forth, and I started linking up with Thomas Lillard and Robert Duhan. Because we was kind of like some good fighters, right? And then David Phillips and Doodoo on 78th Street, we all started linking up and walking back and forth to school together. So we have some kind of like support base. You see what I'm saying? Just in case one day we'd be confronted by the Broadways. Chili and Eddie Matthews and all the rest of them cats started shit. But Raymond Washington popped up, him and Bulldog. And me and Raymond Washington, see, we started talking, and you know what I mean? I introduced Raymond to Robert, right? Now we all get tight. Next thing you know, a lot of my people from the east side start coming over there. And we link up and start talking. See, a lot of these guys I linked up with, I went to elementary school with, you know what I'm saying? And to the high school with. And so we got tight. So they start coming over. And I invited them because I'm the kind of guy like, once I get a gang or a bunch of people to come on, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shit. I'm gonna try to use that to my advantage the best way I can, because I need that support so I can be a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. You know? And I bring him over and we saw him kind of regular every day. Raymond would be across the street waiting on us to get out of school. They got Big Craig with him, Craig with him. I can say, well, I'm feeling good. I can't wait to get out. Then my boy Freddie Mingo get kicked out of Bret Hart. He ended up going to Bethune. He was a Manchester Park boy, right? He's a Manchester Park boy. You hear me? We get real tight. You know, I'll tell him about me when you knock that nigga out over there by the punching bag because he was in your way. We used to start laughing about that shit. At Manchester Park, we used to go swimming in Manchester Park all the time. And that's swimming over there too. And every day they look forward to us, right? And now, not only that, they welcome me to the tip, to my house. Now, we hanging out in front of my yard. Now it's starting to be a big congregation every day, right? It started from like 6 or 7 of us to about 40 of us, and it grew. Now some of the people from 77th Street, or from Richard Miles' little, gang, so to speak, start being attracted to us, because we represent like a little powerhouse, right? Plus, we was calling ourselves Avenues. You know what I'm saying? We started using the Avenues name. You feel, without their permission. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't no Baby Avenue, we was calling them Avenues. And when we got around them, we had like, we're Baby Avenues. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm the one talking to everybody. You know, I'm talking to Victor and Boo. Because I grew up with them. And Conrad Williams and Eric, me and Eric played football. Me and Eric same age, Conrad older. Conrad, we used to flip at the saw this all junior high school. Getting back and not going straight way too far from that point. Richard started seeing this shit. Right? And I really saw a little bit of a question in his eyeballs, but he never popped it to me. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I saw it, he never popped the question to me. And as long as he didn't pop the question, I'm just, everything's cool. Now I can't wait to tell him what I'm really trying to do. So I'm trying to hook you up with Raymond, boy. You know what I'm saying? But see, at that time, I'm too naive to understand the fact that Raymond got his agenda to be a leader. Richard's already established leader with the backup source of his older brother Juggy and T-Boy. You know what I mean? I'm too naive to realize and recognize that if we were to join up together, who's gonna be the leader? You know what I'm saying? Raymond not gonna relinquish his leadership to be up under Richard. Richard's damn sure relinquish his leadership to be up under Raymond. You feel me? So I call it like between a rock and a hard place. But I'm not knowing at that time. But it come out in the wash later. You feel me? But at the time, I'm enjoying having my old elementary and junior high school partners come over here. It made me feel special. Right? I never realized Raymond was really hanging out on our side because he wasn't really comfortable hanging out over there. You see what I'm saying? Because when he got over there, he had no special treatment. But over here, he was a god. You see what I'm saying? So I recognize that. See what I'm saying? I wasn't there when Raymond was being sorely hosted. You know what I'm saying? From the east side. People like Munson and anybody else, you know what I'm saying, who had a low amount of respect for Raymond. See what I'm saying? I didn't see that. And Raymond made sure that we didn't see it. Because he stayed away from over there, he was over there with us. But we knew we could get from over that way. So, and listen, everybody believed it. And see, people on our side, even their older brothers from our side, that they went to Edgehead Freeman High School, right? Seen the avenues. And everybody, once we found out that this boy was part of the avenues, and he was recruiting us, but not me, but that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they jumped on that opportunity, right? So you believe everybody had weights and shit, started lifting weights, try to get big like Munson and them. You see what I'm saying? Everybody try to get big like them cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell, yo, big back arm like Boo. Boo got back arm like a face. S.O.B. Yo, big time, like I'm saying, my cripple boy. I love that man from my heart. Still love him right now.
So Richard Miles ended up moving to Pomona and doing what?
You know, I heard they call him out here and shot him 5 times in the head, so I'm over here, one of these places over here. But guess what? And I still can't figure out for the life of me how this shit happened. Hey, Richard Miles wouldn't join up with us back then. And that shit started the Figueroa Boys against the Crips shit, right? Crips, vice versa, how you want to put it, which one you want to put first. But now guess this, he done got shot by these Crips. Guess what they doing in Pomona? They got the Miles started at 357. 357. That is like, the Miles set. You feel me? And I'm trying to figure out, man, if y'all gonna be Crips all the time, what the fuck y'all, what you do this for?